Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the London Silver Bullet for November 9th. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is turn on the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro indicator. And let's turn on, so let's see, this is London. So we want to turn on Asia and we want to turn on the PM session liquidity. We want to make sure that the 3 o'clock line, these are our highlighted areas like the background there. We want to make sure that the 3 AM horizontal line is open, is turned on. And let's also turn on fair value gaps too. Just for fun. Let this mark out the charts. Okay, so this purple is the fair value gap thing. You can change the color to that. I have mine as purple because it stands out to my eyes. And let's see where everything's at. Okay, so we've got PM buy side up here. We've obviously taken the Asia high. Let's see if we've taken anything else. Okay, so we have Asia high has been taken, haven't hit the Asia low, and we haven't. Here's PM buy side, so we've taken out, or sell side rather, so we've taken out sell side. So we can take off, let's take those off. We can take off the Asia high, and let's take off the PM session low, because this has been taken here. And that, so that is still open, and that is still open. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go like this. All right, so we're going to go candle by candle and see what is going on here. I want to see some kind of liquidity taken first. So we can either take this down here, we can take this low here, and then if we have a setup to reverse, I'd be aiming for the buy side here. If we came up and took out this high and then didn't take out this buy side, we could possibly, let me draw it on here. Let me show you what we could do here. Actually, I want to do path. So let's say price came up, took out this high, but didn't take out the PM buy side. So it came here, and it could retrace to optimal trade entries from here to here, optimal trade entry here, and then I'd want to see it break the high. Okay, that's one option. Another option would be if it came down here, it could break this high, these highs right here. So it could come down here, and then retrace, could retrace here and down to take out this high here, right there, right? Or option 3 would be that it could come down here, create a high, and then come take out the buy side there. Okay, so there's your, realistically, there's your 3 potential setups that I'm looking for. I'm waiting for price to tell me what it's going to do. Okay, hope that made sense. Let's see what my game plan is. We're creating some nice relatively equal highs here. And we're building some relatively equal lows here. So we're building liquidity, right? I expect it to take one side and then go to the other side. Okay, so if it comes up, it's going to go down. If it goes down, I think it's going to go up. Basically what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, well that's good. All right, so obviously just took that sell side liquidity right there. It's been taken. Okay, so now we're looking for a reversal of some sort. All right, just took that low. Just took out that low. 2 relatively equal highs. Now we took out that low. Expect it to go higher. There's a failure swing there. Hopefully it can keep going. Break this high. We could probably enter on that. Come up, come enter on that fair value gap. Well, that just didn't happen, did it? All right. So let me mark some things here. So here's 3 drives into sell side liquidity, right? So 3 drives pattern right there. We have a fair value gap there and a fair value gap there. So ideally, I'd like to see these both broke and then trade it in. And that, even if it doesn't break this, inversion fair value gap, I treat like a market structure shift. So, but we have 2 of them, so I'd want to see them both broken because they're right next to each other. It's not an ICT rule. This is an ICT Kraken rule. If there's 2 of them here, right back to back like this, I'd like to see them both broken. Okay. For an inversion, if I don't get the break above this. If we get a break above this, I'm fine. That's market structure shift. But if it comes up here and doesn't, but it breaks this, doesn't have to close above it necessarily. I just want to see it break above. We can trade back into this. Okay. Ideally, I'd like to be in this one because this would be in more of a discount than this would be in a premium if you pulled it from here to here. But we got the 3 drives pattern. Now I'd like to see this broke. If this is respected, then we're still going lower. Okay, that broke both. So this is definitely an inversion. This is an inversion. Okay, so see what the next candle does. That would have been our buy. All right, so we're going to buy now. All right, so put my position on where we're aiming for. The PM buy side liquidity. I like full round even numbers, so we can go here just to lay up and do an even 25. Again, right over this high right here, you're gonna have some kind of reaction right here. You could potentially have a reaction. So this is, say, drawn liquidity right there, right? So you could also have one above this too. So I'm just gonna mark these out. Just kind of watch. Let's just kind of watch what happens here on these right here, just kind of so we can kind of see how price reacts, right? I mean, you have these fair value gaps right here. You have failure swing, so it should take this pretty easily. This is not a failure swing, so this could have some resistance. These are a failure swing, so that's good. It should blow right past these 3. At least that's in hope. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, it blew right past these right here. So I'll mark this on the chart so you see what I'm talking about. Those are, I would consider failure swings. Oops. Sorry about that. This should be a failure swing right there. I'll mark off the failure swing up here as well. Okay. At least for me, that's what those are. Okay. All right, so could potentially have some reaction right here. We just crossed these equal highs, relatively equal highs, and obviously we don't. We blew right past this, filled this for value gap. Again, we're in these failure swings right now. Okay, there you go. Flatten. Right there. All right, let's see how the rest of the hour goes. Well, let's do this. Look at that rejection. It's flying down. Okay. All right. So I want to show you, we sold there, but I also want to show you why this PM buy side liquidity right here was actually a really good target. Because when you pull the fib from the manipulation leg right here, 2.5 is right here, which is above there. So between 2 and 2.5 is what we're targeting. Above these failure swings right here, above this high, here's your PM buy side liquidity that was untapped. In between 2 and 2.5 from the manipulation leg, a good target, and look, that's really good target right there. All right, so let's recap here. Okay, we came to the 3 o'clock London session, and we marked out our failure swings. Price came down and took out sell side liquidity. It came down here, right? We actually chopped around here, and then it took that out aggressively. We didn't have a chance to enter. I mean, guess you could have entered here, but you wouldn't have. You were waiting for something to be taken. And so that was taken, and then we had 3 drives. 1, 2, 3, right? Drives into that liquidity pool. All right, and then we saw some fair value gaps. We wanted to see them become inversions. Inversions for me is basically like a market structure shift. So when we closed above both or passed through both, those both became inversions, and then the next candle came down and wicked into both, and that's where we entered. Price aggressively took out the failure swings and these highs right here, hesitated, and then took out the last little bit into the PM buy side liquidity. We pulled our manipulation leg projection to see how high it can go, and between 2 and 2.5 was the last of the buy side liquidity and the previous PM session liquidity there. Once it hit that, it aggressively moved down. Let's take this off. And let's just see if we pull our manipulation leg here, if we get down to 2 or 2.5. In between 2 and 2.5 is where we went down to aggressively. You didn't have an entry to come in other than right here to go down. But interesting if you pull your projections, how they line up. Okay, so that is your London Silver Bullet for Thursday, November 9th, using the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro indicator.